This video is brought to you by Arc Captain. Make sure to check out the Black Friday and Cyber Monday deals for huge discounts. There's a link in the video description. In this video I'm making a welding cart for my TIG welder, the MIG200 and my little plasma cutter, and I want to build it using only scrap materials I already have in the workshop. So let's get right into it, and I'll talk to you again at the end of the video, and thank you very much for watching. Hey there, so this is the finished welding cart, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. In the end, I was able to make almost all of it without buying much of anything. I only had to get the straps, and of course I bought the cheapest one I could find, only €1 each, and plus some black spray paint, the junction box for the wiring, and a new tube for the TIG rods. So yeah, I ended up spending maybe €20 on the whole build. And something I really wasn't expecting was just how heavy everything gets once it's all together. I originally only used 3 casters thinking it would be enough, but once I realized how much weight this cart was going to hold, I quickly added a 4th wheel, and that definitely improved the stability. And of course, even the wheels I used are recycled. As you can see, the cart holds everything I use for welding, and the footprint is very compact. I wanted everything to fit snugly, so I'm happy with the result, especially with the drawer on the top. Now, about the drawer, I know it's made of wood, and it doesn't perfectly match the rest of the cart, but I didn't have any steel plate wide enough to bend into a drawer of this size, and I did have those wood pieces, so again the choice was based on what I had available, and making it out of steel would have probably been better, but for what I needed for, this is completely fine. And yes, I use screws through the meter corner, which isn't ideal, but those were just to hold everything together while the glue cured. It's getting kind of cold, and the glue takes forever to dry, so it was just a shortcut to keep the project moving. The whole cart was welded together using the MIG200 from our captain. By the way, make sure to check out the Black Friday and Cyber Monday deals. I leave a link in the video description because there are some very good discounts this weekend. So really, I highly recommend the MIG200. It's very easy to use thanks to the synergic mode. It's powerful. The wire feeding is fast, and it has a wide range of functions like MIG, stick, and the spot weld mode. It's a great machine, and now my go-to for welding project like this one. So thanks again our captain for sponsoring this video, and make sure to check out the sales. And about the welders, you saw me cut both the ground wires and the power cable, which some people may not like, but I just wanted to cut down the number of cables hanging everywhere, and combining all the ground wires into the clamp with a thicker lead made sense. So no matter which welder I'm using, I always use the same clamp. And same things with the power cable. This was just to reduce the clutter, and now I have one thick cable that goes directly into the wall and brings power to both welders and the plasma cutter, and I can switch them on and off individually using the switches on the back of the machines. I connected the cable using proper mechanical fasteners instead of a multi-socket, because running welders through extension cord or power strips is not advisable, and the wire I used is thick enough for the load. Now, I don't plan on sending my welders anytime soon, but if you do this, keep in mind it might make harder to sell them later, or you may need to install new ground cables and add new plugs at the end of the power cord. To me, it's not a big deal. And that's it. I think this cart will be incredibly handy, and instead of dragging welders, gas bottle and cables everywhere, now I can just roll this whole setup wherever I need it. Everything is compact and easy to access, and I really like the final design. This was completely scratch built, so no precise plan, just measurements as I went, and everything worked out pretty well. The only thing I forgot to account for until the very end was the TIG rod tube, which is why it's just strapped in with the gas bottles. I could 3D print a clamp and mount it on the side, but I don't really want to make the footprint any wider, and the current position is fine, barely sticks out, it doesn't move, and I can still reach and grab the rods. It's the one design detail that I overlooked, but in the end still works, so yeah, that's really it. Thank you so much for watching until the very end. I hope you enjoyed the video and maybe got some inspiration. If you have multiple welders, a cart like this one is definitely worth making. I think it's going to be extremely useful. Thanks again. have a great day, and I'll see you soon in the next project. Bye bye.